Conceived in 2018, DLT Ledgers started out with a mission to digitize cross-border trade on a global scale by underlining the blockchain technology. Headquartered out of Singapore, a global commodities trading hub, favorable government policies, concentration of trade flows has enabled it to scale and grow across APAC region and globally. This enabled DLT Ledgers to tap into industries like SME financing, supplier financing, trade finance, digitization of banks, amongst others in the industry. Since the first transaction went live in 2018, over $3 billion worth of live trade transactions has been executed via the platform, involving more than 400 traders, 55 plus banks, and so on. The key driver has been the ability to use the platform to reduce the trade transaction execution times from 45 days to a matter of hours, this reducing the operation overhead like never before. The question most commonly asked is that who uses DLT Ledgers platform today? The simple answer is pretty much all the partners involved in a cross-border trade typically. That involves traders, bankers, large enterprises, shippers, ports, and many more. DLT Ledgers chose Hyperledger as its fabric to build on, as it's modular in its architecture, which maximizes confidentiality, the resilience and flexibility of blockchain solutions while offering performance and stability. Being an industry leader of permission network was an added bonus when working with banks and large enterprises. All of this made it a feasible option over the rest. With that in mind, tangible results are sometimes difficult to see in software frameworks and perhaps more in distributed ledger technology and blockchain space. However, they are very important to understand the technology and its potential. So looking at projects in various stages from prototypes to production is immensely helpful for us and eventually our customers and partners. One of our earlier customers, AgriCorp, a $3 billion trader, had heard about us in late 2018. Weathering down on high operational costs and plagued by delayed trade financing from banks, they were looking for a solution that could solve this problem. It was around this time that AgriCorp decided to adopt the use of DLT Ledgers and smart contract technology that came along with it. AgriCorp worked with DLT Ledgers, who bought in its supply chain finance bank, DBS Singapore, whose APIs allowed AgriCorp to implement the platform in its supply chain to tackle the cost and lack of visibility associated with manual and paper-driven processes. The distributed nature of the solution means that no party has centralized control over the platform. AgriCorp quickly found that the customers were willing to pay a premium for the added value of that traceability, and were pleasantly surprised to receive a positive reaction from their bankers. Vishal Vijay, the spokesperson and business developer of AgriCorp International, said that the banks were very much interested in the traceability aspect of things that was made possible by DLT Ledgers platform and smart contract technology. This was mainly because banks were heavily fined by financing trades that they didn't know too much about. Within a few months of using DLT Ledgers platform, AgriCorp was able to have well over 50 transactions worth $100 million, which accounted for 3% of their annual business flow. In doing so, it reported that their financial costs were reduced by 15 to 20% and also saw faster financing on each one of these transactions as opposed to paper-driven methods. Through the platform, AgriCorp was able to offer its supply chain real-time updates on commodity prices and deliver information as well as trade financing approvals for orders from around the world. The decentralized nature of the DLT Ledgers platform, built on the Hyperledger fabric, also lets the company offer a more seamless and secure transfer of goods, ownership, and payments than any other platform out there. By implementing the trade finance solution, the company has been able to reduce its average working capital cycle by 20 days. Although this was just many of the use cases successfully in production, and Hyperledger being an excellent fabric to build platforms such as DLT Ledgers, not everyone is convinced of the use cases of blockchain and DLT. The network can bring trust among trustless parties and visibility, and in the near future, for example in international trade, we could see the platform reducing the time of letter of credit processing time from days to minutes to seconds.